everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's quite a rainy day where I am, and my favorite cozy thing to do is to read books. However, recently I discovered my love for audiobooks. In the beginning I thought I'm not going to be into audiobooks. I just don't think I'm an auditory person. Eventually I decided, hey, maybe I should give my favorite series a try, and it is Vampire Academy series by Richelle Mead. And I have been obsessed ever since. I think audiobooks are great if you know the book will be good, or if you've already read the book and you just want to kind of, I wouldn't say reread because you're listening to it, but kind of get the experience of listening to your favorite books. And that's kind of what I did. And audiobooks are kind of my favorite thing right now. So I wanted to do a bit of a quick review of the whole series audiobook. The very first book was Vampire Academy, and I actually don't know the name of the narrator of the first one. I don't remember what it was, but I liked her voice and I liked the different accents, the different voices that she used, and it was great. So I really enjoyed that. I was hooked from the very beginning, and I think it was easier for me to enjoy it because I know that I love this series. I really got lost in the world that she created. I would listen to the audiobook when I'm at work, and then I got really lost in it, but at the same time I was still able to work. So it's kind of like half my brain was listening and really focused on the books, and then half of my brain was actually doing my job. And that, I felt like, helped me better with focusing on one specific thing, which is my work. So that was really awesome. The second and third book, Frostbite and Shadowkissed, narrator wise, I wasn't a big fan of the narrator. Her voice wasn't the most pleasant to me personally. She made the character sound very defiant, very juvenile, and I wasn't really a fan of that because the main character, Rose, is so badass and she's a very strong character. Granted, she is still a teenager, but there was a maturity in her that I felt like was taken away from her by this narrator. So I wasn't that into it, but I kept on going because I just really loved the story. One of the struggles that I had with the story was that I already read it, and so I already was kind of expecting certain scenes. Because I read the books a few years ago, I don't know exactly what happened anymore. I actually had trouble sleeping because I knew that in between those two books, Frostbite and Shadowkissed, two terrible things were gonna happen. I kept on kind of anticipating it and I guess finding out how exactly did it happen because I don't remember anymore. And I was also looking forward to the grief that the characters in the book would experience. I have a thing for that. I love it when a story really kind of touches you and kind of pulls you into the world that was created by the author, and then you feel like you're with them or that you are the character. So I really enjoyed that. The fourth book was called Blood Promise, and that in itself was intense. There were some slow parts in there, and I did read some reviews of the audiobook saying that the fourth book wasn't the best. It wasn't as good as the first three. I thought it was great because there was, a clear struggle within the character's mind. At the same time, I can understand why some people would say, oh, it's not as good, it's not as exciting. But I mean, there's not much excitingness you can do when you're in a drug-induced haze. And the character wasn't doing drugs, it's something with vampires. So, I mean, when you're in that kind of situation, there's not much you can do. And then also when you're living in a town that is not technology advanced, is that what I'm trying to say? Basically, they don't have much technology. I mean, there's not much exciting thing that's gonna happen. I mean, the most exciting thing is you go to a store or you go to town, get some groceries, talk to somebody, and then go back. That was the most exciting thing. But there was something about it that was vital to the story, and so I really appreciated that. And by the way, Blood Promise was narrated by Emily Schaefer, and oh my gosh, she is amazing. I absolutely love her as the narrator. And then she's also narrated the 5th and 6th book. So the 5th book is Spirit Bound, and I just love everything about this series. So much drama, so much action, so much sadness at some point. And you know, it's amazing how the author was able to convey that in a story, and especially the narrator, how she was able to convey it in her words. It was really kind of inspiring in a way. I even tried to you know, try to be a narrator and read a first page of a book, and I was terrible, possibly because I still struggle with the English language sometimes, and I don't know, I'm not very good with voices, I'm not very good with accents, and so yeah, that didn't work out. But Emily Schaefer, I found out that she's actually an actress as well, so yeah, but she's amazing. Her voice was amazing, and I love that she sounded just like the character. Like, I never even imagined what the character would sound like, but now when I think of Rose Hathaway from Vampire Academy, I think of Emily Schaefer. Unfortunately, I wasn't into the movie, but listening to Emily's voice in the books gave me a new appreciation for the movie. So I actually watched the movie recently again, and you know, I was able to appreciate it more, and I was able to see it for what it was supposed to be. I didn't think it was the best representation or adaptation, but they tried, and I feel like that's something that the fans would still appreciate. I certainly did, and I started searching on YouTube Rose and Dimitri videos, montage, all that kind of thing. So that was really lovely. And then the last book is Last Sacrifice, and that had so much going on in there, and I was excited to find out what's gonna happen next, where are they gonna go next. But at the same time, I didn't want it to end. It was one of those things, you know, when you love something so much and then you never ever want it to end. And this is kind of what it was. And I know that there was some like bonus story about Rose and Dimitri that the author has released, but I haven't even read it. It's almost like rediscovering my love for this series, and I'm so happy that I don't know, that I just went for it, and now I'm obsessed. Now I'm currently listening to the Bloodlines series, also by Richelle Mead, which is a spin-off to the Vampire Academy series. It's not as great, but I will let you know more of my thoughts when I finish the whole series. I'll do another video of it. I feel like this video had been quite long. Someone texted me. And sorry about that, but I hope this helped you. If you're looking for something to listen to on audiobooks and you can't decide which one to listen to, if you have read the books for Vampire Academy, I highly recommend the audiobooks. You just kind of have to get through the 2nd and 3rd book, but you know, if you really love the series, it really wouldn't matter who's narrating it, because you get really into it eventually. So yeah. Audiobooks are awesome. I never thought I would say that, but I'm so happy that I discovered it. So this is the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And let me know in the comments if you have read Vampire Academy and if you like it as much as I do. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!